Assalamualaikum, it's me your computer teacher. Now we are starting again the same chapter we have which I have explained to you in first class, that is chapter number 2, data devices. We have read about the input devices and output devices in our previous class. Book we have keyboard class 5. Now open page number 16. We have another topic, new topic, that is on page number 16. We are going to start topic 1, memory, and second topic we have types of memory. So first start with memory. What is memory? Memory is the storage capacity of something. Like, let's take an example of human. From the child. A child always observe all the things from its surrounding. First he takes input from the surrounding and store all its data into his mind. So that is called memory. So child is storing all the data from its observation into his mind, and that mind store all the information, instruction and command into his mind. And when he becomes a young boy, or when he is growing up, so he recall all the information. How? Because that child is storing all the information from his childhood, from his observation, from his parents, from his siblings, etc. So that is called memory. Just like a human brain is the best example of memory. So computer has a brain and it stores all the data and instruction into its memory. So start with computer memory enables, it can store data, instruction and information. I told you what is data. We have studied that data is the raw facts and figure. Raw facts and figure means that is not in the organized form. That is in the unorganized form. Whatever the facts, we have different types of data. Data can be in the form of text. For example, if I am giving you homework, do a question of this chapter and do fill in the blanks. But I am not telling you in the organized form. But if I am sending you all the homework into your homework folder within an organized format, means I have mentioned all the proper question with along proper question number and fill in the blanks with proper number and answer. So your data which is in the organized and meaningful form, that becomes information. But if I am sending you just questions and that is not in the meaningful form, that is not with the proper accurate format, so that is called your data. After that, instructions. What is instruction? What are instructions? Instructions are the commands, mean order which you are giving to the computer to perform any specific task. For example, if I am working on any image, I am editing an image, so I am sending all the instruction and commands to the system. That first do this task, then select this tool, save this file. So I am giving instruction and orders to the system. Computer is acting upon our order, upon our command. So that is called instruction. Binary digits. What are binary digits? We have discussed in the previous class that binary means we have two numbers. How? Bi means two and nari means number. So it means computer act or perform through this two numbers, 0 or 1. In digital electronics means from the electronic side, 0 means off and 1 means on. So computer work on these two numbers, that are 0 and 1. It understand only this language. So computer work with only two digits, 0 and 1, and the data input, the computer converted zeros and ones into a computer language to understand them. First, whatever we are typing onto the system, if I am typing my name, if you are typing your name or school name, so first your data is translated into the computer's language, which 0 1. All the instruction, all your data is converted into computer language in the form of 0 and 1, so that computer can understand, means machine can understand. After converting that convergence, so computer understand. After its understanding, computer give us result, and also that is available in the form of zeros file. So 0 1 is again translated into all language so that user can understand easily. So these digits are bit. A bit is the smallest chunk of information. What is bit? Bit is the smallest unit or smallest chunk of information. What? On which computer work? 8 bits make up a 1 byte. How we have memory, means we are saving our data in the form of different measurement. So first we have bits. 8 bits make a byte. If we have 8 bits, means we have a very small amount of information, that is a 1 byte information. If I have another unit after byte, that 1024 bytes makes 1 kilobyte, and 1024 kilobytes make 1 megabyte, and then 1024 megabyte becomes 1 gigabyte, and 1024 gigabytes means GB is equals to 1 terabyte. So this is our memory units. First one we have the smallest unit, that is bit, and 8 bits is equals to 1 byte, and after 1024 bytes is equals to 1 KB means kilobyte, and 1024 kilobyte is equals to 1 megabyte. Just like that we have this memory units in which we measured our data. After that we have another topic regarding the memory. And after computer memory we have primary memory, read-only memory, ROM, and the secondary memory. In primary memory we have only one memory, that is RAM, means random access memory. What is random access memory? It is also called internal memory. Why we are calling it that is internal memory? Because that is placed inside your CPU. So that is called internal memory, and it is the main area in which computer store all the information and your data. The memory is directly accessed by the CPU. Definitely it is placed inside the CPU. So that is accessed by the CPU, means whatever the working you are doing right now on the computer system, that is accessed by the CPU. And when the computer is switched on, your whole data will be erased. How? Because your whole data is saving temporary. In RAM, your data is saving temporary, but in ROM, your data is saving permanent. So we are getting this. The CPU can access data from RAM only till the time when the computer is switched on. Means CPU access all your data from the RAM. How? Because just for the time when the computer is switched on. If our computer is switched on, it takes all our data from the RAM. But when the computer is switched off, it means your data will be erased. That's why we are calling it read and write memory, means volatile memory. Come on page number 18. On page number 18 we have another memory, that is read-only memory. Read-only memory. The name is telling us the memory in which we can only read our data, but we cannot write. Means that is not erasable memory. ROM is a memory from which usually the information can only be read. Just information we can read. And this memory is also directly accessed by the CPU. That is also an internal memory, and that is accessed by the CPU. That is also placed inside the CPU. So data and instruction in ROM are retained even when the computer is switched off. So all the data is saved onto the ROM if the computer is switched off. This kind of memory retains all the content when the power is turned off. That's why we are calling it non-volatile memory, because our data is not erased when the computer is switched off. So that memory is called non-volatile memory. As RAM, if the computer is switched off, all the data will be erased from the RAM when the computer is switched off. So that's why we are calling it volatile memory. We are calling it read and write memory. And this one is read-only memory. ROM has a feature of both primary and secondary. Primary and secondary means non-volatile. Secondary memory will be discussed in detail in the next section. Means in the next one heading. We have third one memory, that is secondary memory. In secondary memory we have floppy disk, hard disk, CD, compact disk, DVD, Blu-ray disk, and USB. So we are discussing one by one. First one start with floppy disk. So first start with secondary memory. What is secondary memory? Secondary memory is your external memory. Means the memory which is placed outside the system. Means just like that USB. We insert USB into the CPU, but that is out of the CPU. That is not inside the CPU. That is outside the CPU. So that's why we are calling it secondary memory. That is available into different sizes. We can save lots of data into that memory. and we can carry it anywhere where we want. So that when the computer is switched off or on, when the computer is switched off, that is not necessary. We can keep it everywhere, or we can save our data just one time and we can get it from every computer at any time. Secondary memory is also called auxiliary memory because in the future we can get our data. It is available, it is not directly accessible by the CPU. Why? Because that is not placed inside the CPU, so that is not accessible directly by the CPU. And we have these memories. First start with floppy disk. What is floppy disk? This black color disk. This is called floppy disk. Now this is not available nowadays and not used today. Why? Because it stores data into very small amount. Means it stores data up to 1.2 GB, and this available into 5 into half inches. Means that is a very that is in a big size and it stores small data. That's why we are not using it today. We have used in the earlier days. So floppy disk is made up of magnetic disk enclosed within a plastic case. We have this plastic case and the magnetic disk is placed inside the floppy disk. In addition, it is used to store data. Definitely we are reading memory devices and the work of the memory devices is to store data. Computer floppy disks are available in two sizes. Number one, A size 5, 1/4 and 3, 1/2 inches in diameter. They are available in two different sizes for using a floppy disk. A floppy drive is needed. Definitely, if we are using a CD or DVD, we need a CD or DVD driver into our CPU. Just like that, if we are using floppy disk, we require a floppy driver in our CPU. Without driver, it cannot run. This storage device was very popular at one time. Means that was popular at the time. Now that is replaced by CD and DVD, and floppy disk is replaced by CD, DVD, and USB. Hard disk. Hard disk is a part of a unit. Which part of a unit? Part of a hard disk drive. Hard disk drive, and it also stores our data. That is coming or that is available into different storage capacity or different sizes: 320 GB, 500 GB, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabyte. Now, hard disk is made up of different collection of disks. Means we have different platers. We have different types of disks placed onto another, and these known as platters. We have this metallic platters. These platters are coated, means these platters are made up of magnetic material, and each platters are placed and consist of invisible circles, and they have invisible circles on each platters, and these called track. These discs are rotating when the CPU is on, so they are divided into sector. Data is recorded on these tracks in the form of tiny magnetic spots, and the data is saved recording into that tracks in the form of tiny, means small magnetic spots or points. Another we have, that is CD, means compact disk. That is read-only memory. Read-only memory means in which we cannot delete or add anything. We can just read. If you have a CD of any movie or a game, you can just download it, or you can just watch movie of that program or a video or movie. But you cannot add or save your, you cannot cut your video, you cannot add your video into that disk. So this is called a read-only memory. It consists of tracks and sector. It can store up to 700 MB of data. So it has a large capacity. We can store 700 MB of data into it. Now another page we have, page number 20. Okay. On page 20, CD-ROMs are available into two main forms. Number one main form, CDR, and the another one CDRW. CDR means compact disk recordable. So data once written onto it cannot be erased. It cannot only be read. Means data which is written in CDR, that is only recorded. You can read that data, but you cannot erase. A CDRW means rewritable. So data once write onto that, it can be erased. Means new time you can erase your data. So it is also called an erasable CD. The CD which is in the second form means CDRW, it can erase your data if you want to add something new one. So to use a CD-ROM, a device called a CD-ROM drive is needed onto the computer. If you are using CD, so definitely you require a CD-ROM driver. The third one we have DVD, means digital video disc. Is also called a digital versatile disc, and it stores up to 4.7 GB of data. Now it is much larger capacity than the CD-ROM. It can store 4.7 GB of data, and its looks, means the appearance of CD and DVD both are same. To use DVD or DVD means if you want to use a DVD, you need a DVD ROM in your system. Then we have Blu-ray disc. Blu-ray disc similar to a CD or DVD, but can store up to 25 GB of data. Now we have another secondary storage device that can store much large amount of data up to 25 GB. To use a Blu-ray disc, Blu-ray is required. Some higher models of laptop have a Blu-ray reader. Means if you are using a Blu-ray disc, you need a Blu-ray reader. And now we have today we have laptops that has this feature of Blu-ray reader that can read this CD. So its feature, its appearance is just like a CD or DVD. Last one we have flash drive. Flash drive we are using nowadays with very efficiently, that is flash drive. USB. USB is also called flash drive. Comes in various storage capacity. We know very well that is available in 1 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB. Means according to your requirement you can get it. Up to 16 GB and so on. It can also be read, that is readable, writable, delete, or you can also transfer your data from one system to the another system. So it is widely used nowadays, and it is easy to use, and it is easy to carry everywhere where you want. So if you want to use a flash drive, you just need to require a USB port. That you just insert your USB into that port, and that your USB will be plugged in. Now that chapter is completed. Data devices, in which we have read about the input devices, output devices, memory. We have read all these devices. Now I am going to tell you about your homework. In previous class, I have explained you, I have given only one question on page number 23, part C. But now I am giving you on page number 22, come on page 22. More work. On page 22, you have objectives. So do all 5 objectives and then do question A, B, E and F. Do these 4 questions. 2 questions are available on page 22, part A and B. Okay, in part A, which type of memory is known as volatile memory? Means you have to write about the non-volatile memory. Which type of memory is known as RAM or ROM? Which type of memory is called non-volatile memory? And the second one, you have to arrange the order of units of memory. Means smallest to largest. Arrange into ascending order. Number 1 we have GB, GB, KB, MB. I have written on the board. You have to arrange according to ascending order from from the smallest to the largest. Then on page number 23, come on page 23. On page 23, last 2 questions. Number E, does the computer lose all the data when it is switched off? Explain your answer. Write this: when the computer is switched off, you lost your data or not? Or number F, which storage device would you prefer to use to save your homework files? Why do you think this is? Means if I have given you homework, so which type of storage device you will use? So write this answer in your own words. But all these 4 questions as well as MCQs, these work are available on your homework folder. Means lab folder, you can do it easily from there. Or this chapter is completed. We will meet in next class with a new chapter. Allah Hafiz.